Is that better? Can you hear me now? Sorry, my first time streaming in a long time, and I'm using a different setup this time. So probably take a little bit of tweaking to get it right. Good now? Awesome. So welcome. What we're going to do today is I'm going to perform some of my MIDI art and also a few of my songs. I haven't done this in quite a while, but I wanted to, just kind of perform them because the last stream I did was a long time ago, and I've written a lot of new MIDI art compositions since then. So I thought it would be cool to perform them live for you guys. Let's just get started right away. Let's see if we got everything set up all right. Let's just go for it, see if this works. All right, that's our first guest today. It's a duck. Hey Lorenzo, where can you find the VOD of the live I did with just go to my channel, go to live streams. I haven't done that many live streams, and it's one of them. It's I think either the first or the second. So this duck I did quite a while ago. I sampled my own voice. I went quack quack, and then I drew a duck. All right, let's just keep going. That's a little Easter bunny and some eggs I did for Easter a while ago. Thank you so much, Lorenzo. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. So that's a little Easter bunny. Let's keep going. Let's stick with some animals for now. So that's a dog, and the dog was hungry. So it ate a bone, but then it pooped on the carpet. You've seen that video, haven't you? When's the self-portrait coming? Just you'll have to be patient. It'll come eventually. All right, let's keep going. More animals. So that was the dog pooping, which I know is very very mature of me. Let's keep going. Here's another one, another animal. So this is a story about friendship. So there was a cat, and the cat was hungry, so it caught a fish, but it also had a refined palate, so it turned the fish into sushi, of course. But it didn't know how to use chopsticks. And then suddenly the sushi spoke and asked the cat if it wanted to be friends. And the cat said no. That's it. That's the story. I know. I'm an incredible storyteller as well. I'm gonna write a novel. This is my next project. Hey everyone, welcome and thank you for watching. All right. So we did some animals. Let's keep going. Let's do something else. How about some musical instruments? So there's our electric guitar. You guys let me know if you can hear everything all right. Like, how's the balance between my voice and the keyboard? Can you hear everything? It's good? Awesome. All right, let's keep going. Let's stick with musical instruments for now. Yep, it's a Stratocaster. There's our grand piano. So as you can also hear, I've got some backing track for some of them. And what ended up happening is that in some of my videos, you know, I'll use backing tracks to kind of beef up the composition a bit, give it some context. But then when doing it live, I was trying to like figure out how I can add these tracks. So what I ended up doing is just this really big project in my DAW and my music software. And I can kind of jump between different locations in the project, and they have those tracks ready to go. So then when I just play the MIDI art, I have the backing track and I can hear it, and I usually have like a little count in so I know where to come in. And you know, I could perform them without the backing tracks as well, and they'd sound pretty much the same, just without the extra instruments. But you know, I think it's cool to have the extra sounds as well. Thank you so much for the kind words. Okay, here's one more musical instrument for you guys. So there's the synth. Oh look, it got little horns. I didn't mean to do that, but it's got little things on the side. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, this is also one of my first ones, and on this one I've got like, you know, this sound right here. This nice kind of dreamy synth sound, but I've also got like on this bottom note another sound layer that I recorded with my Prophet 6 that sounds like this. Wait for it. Here it comes. And because I hold that note throughout the whole thing, it just kind of adds that. All right, let's move on. Let's go to do some video game stuff. How about it? So there's our Mario power-ups. Now let's draw Mario himself. There's our good friend Mario. Something weird happened to his eye here. Let's just say he's crying. I don't know why. He must have had a game over. Looks like baby Mario. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, and one more Mario, on the one that I did recently. Let me try to play that one. Oh, it's kind of tough. I hit a bunch of wrong notes there, but it's supposed to be Boo, the ghost. So, as you can see, he's pretty happy. That one's got a lot of like doing this with my hands, because I gotta like play these top notes of his head with my left hand, so I gotta like do this. It's kind of awkward. But you know, it's fun figuring this stuff out, figuring out solutions for this stuff. It's kind of like a puzzle game to me. So, that was Mario stuff. Let's move on. Now, this is a game that is kind of niche in the United States and in the West in general, but it's like a Japanese series of video games that I really, really love called Dragon Quest. And a while ago, I wanted to create the logo of the game. This is probably one of my most difficult MIDI art compositions. So I'm going to try and play it now. Let's see. So that's a slime, and now we're going to do the logo. Halfway there. Ah. 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 This one's hard. It's really hard, but it's close enough, you know? I kind of messed up the end of it, but it still looks like more or less like the logo. Yeah, the S is really tricky. I got a lot of like really big stretches there. So I'm not going to do it again. I could play it better, but I'm not going to do it again. We're just going to move on. Thank you, Fluid Combo. I do want to mention, and excuse me for the plug, but I have turned on channel memberships now. So if you want to support the channel, you can join. No pressure, of course, and just you being here is awesome. But it's just one more way to support me in the channel. And there are different tiers. I will be adding more perks in the future. Right now, I know it's kind of minimal, but my plan is to eventually add more tiers and exclusive content for members as well. So excuse me for that, and now let's get back to MIDI art. Do I remember all of these by heart? I do, you know, so I had to kind of go back and practice some of them because I do forget them if I don't play them for a while. I've never made sheet music, but I do want to make sheet music. Not shit music, but sheet music. Hopefully not shit music. And I would love to release, you know, like the sheet music of all of these so other people can play them as well. But it's just like a time-consuming process, and I haven't gotten to it yet, but I will. All right, let's keep going. More video game stuff. Ah! That sword at the end is hard, but yeah, that's the logo. The sword is just an addition I added recently. And this time you even get to hear the backing track as well, which, you know, goes like this. All right, let's move on. Isn't there software that can capture and auto notate? So yeah, I mean, I would start by playing it to a, you know, to a click, to a grid, and then having that as the basis for the notation. But that's not enough to create like good sheet music for a piano player. You know, you have to really divide the things, the left hand and right hand. You need to write down the fingerings. You need to make it really easy to read. So there's a lot of extra work involved instead of just like, you know, putting a MIDI file into notation software. I do have MIDI files available on Patreon and stuff, so people could technically learn them that way if they wanted to. All right, let's keep going. More video game stuff. This one I think is, a viewer favorite. Hold on. So I use a pedal for reverb, for delay, not delay, for vibrato on this one. Okay, so I got to get that pedal ready. Here we go. So let's draw the Pac-Man diet, shall we? Let's start with pellets or cookies, and now everyone's favorite, the cherry, which I did change a bit. Hopefully it's better now. Hopefully that looks more like a cherry now. And, of course, Pac-Man's favorite snack. Ghosts. All right. Yeah, so that's the Pac-Man diet right there. Does it look better? You like the cherry more? It's funny because, yeah, if you ever want to, I don't know, have a laugh, just like look at the comments on that Pac-Man diet video. I honestly did not expect it. People think I like purposefully tried to mislead people with that, but no, it never even occurred to me. And then like the comments started coming in, and like every day more comments that are exactly the same. And you know what? Like it actually helped the video go viral, so I'm not complaining, but it was kind of weird and unexpected. All right, let's draw more video game stuff. So there's our friend Kirby. And let's move right on to another video game character. Ah, that one's hard. But yeah, so turn your phone or your computer or whatever 90 degrees to see that one, but it's supposed to be Sans from Undertale, which I still have not played yet. I've not played the game yet, but I will eventually. Because I know it's supposed to be a really good RPG. But yeah, I got a lot of requests for some Undertale art, so I made this one. Did I do the thumbs up face? Not yet. Not yet. I'll do that one. Don't worry. All right. More video game stuff. Let's see. This one's tough. Let's see if I can do it. Something like that. A few little mistakes, but close enough. Hey, Will, thank you so much for the kind words. You think they're recognizable? That's awesome. So I always do my best to make them recognizable and also to sound like they belong in the world of whatever it is I am drawing. And yeah, that's always the goal. So thank you. All right, let's move on. So let's take a little break from the video game characters. Here is another one that I did for Halloween a while ago. So yeah, that was the pumpkin. And let's keep going. Thank you, Damien. Glad you're enjoying it. So, a while ago, someone asked me to draw a heart. And so, this is what I did. So rather than draw like a heart shape, I thought it would be cool to create a real heart. And I don't know if the person who requested it liked it, but I don't know. I like it. All right, moving on. Hold on just a sec. Let's take a look real quick. Okay. Thank you, Sky in the Clouds. I'm glad you enjoy it. All right, let's keep going. Here's another one. Let me do that one more time. Messed it up. Yep. Whoops. There we go. That was a flower. I know. How cute, right? And, all right, let's get back to some video game stuff. Hey, Techno. What are the shortest I ever did and longest I ever did? The Dragon Quest logo that I drew earlier. If you can find it somewhere. Here we go. This one is probably the longest one and the most difficult one, or one of the most difficult ones. Shortest, I don't know, maybe Kirby. It's really short. All right, let's keep going. Where were we? Okay, another video game logo. This one's also kind of tricky and kind of long. Let's make that a little bigger. So that's the Minecraft logo. I'm using this kind of road sound with a lot of reverb on it. And of course I made a little backing track for it. So what does the creation process for these look like? So I am going to create some of them live on stream. I've done that before and I want to do that again. I don't know if I'll do that today if we'll have time, but I have some older live streams you can look at if you want to see the process. I also have a tutorial where I kind of, walk through the whole process as well. All right, let's keep going. That was Minecraft. Here's another video game thing. So that's Sonic, and he's doing this, he's pointing at the sky for whatever reason. I don't know why, but yeah. All right. Here's the very first MIDI art I ever made. So the very first one I ever made. So I tried to draw a Metroid, like the creature, and the logo, sort of, or just the word. All right, moving on. Here is something else. I'm not going to give it away. I'll just draw it, and you guys will know what it is. So that's an X-Wing. And what's that shooting the X-Wing? Oh my god. Ah, it's just a TIE fighter. It's okay. Not a big deal. So that was Star Wars, and let's keep going, do something else. And that, my friends, is a Game Boy, which was the very first console I ever had. So I thought it would be cool to create in MIDI art. Hey, LP Chip. Can I draw the C64 logo? Maybe I'll do it in the future. I don't even remember what it looks like, unfortunately. Thank you all for the kind words. I really appreciate it. I'd love to see the knight from Wizards and Warriors. I'm not familiar with that, but I'll check it out. Will you ever consider to use velocity coloring? So it's possible, but it is too hard to accurately control, because you know, when you're doing these really awkward compositions and playing them, when you have to think about, okay, now I'll hit this key exactly at 67 velocity, you know, it's like, it's impossible. What you can do is have this sort of gradient between low velocity to high velocity, and I've done that before, but I think like usually I just prefer one solid color because these shapes are simple anyway. I just think it looks more kind of cohesive and easy to understand when it's just one color as opposed to lots of, you know, notes in different colors. A good beginner MIDI controller. You know, there's so many of them out there these days that I don't really think like it matters if you're a beginner or not. You just want to get something that's decent. And there's so many options these days. Honestly, I just go to a music store. If you have one next to you, go to like a Guitar Center or something, and just try some of them, see how they feel to you, see if they have the features you want. Some of them have lots of knobs and buttons, so you can assign, you know, other than just playing keys, you can assign like, you know, drum sounds to pads or control effects with knobs and stuff. And it depends what you want. Do you want something like really bare bones with just keys, or do you want all this extra stuff? It's up to you. All right, let's move on. So here's one I did for Christmas, and it's coming right up. So Merry Christmas, everyone. Hold on, this thing's in the way. Let me get that out of the way. Yeah, kind of forgot that one a bit, but it's supposed to be a Christmas tree, of course. And put that back. Let's move on. What is the main board? This is Prophet XL. Yeah, sequential Prophet XL. It's a really good synth, and I like using it just as my controller, my main controller as well. All right, here's another one of the very first ones I made. Supposed to be the Among Us logo, of course. And this was, I think, like, I don't know, maybe the third MIDI art piece I made a while ago. I kind of like the little backing track it has, because I think it's just like kind of chill and fun to play on. All right, let's move on to another video game logo. So forget about all that extra stuff. We can just say it's mountains. But yeah, that's the Doom logo. And I added all that extra distorted guitar stuff just to kind of make it sound more like Doom, because the logo itself is like this jazzy thing. Yeah, velocity is not the answer, but I would like to figure out ways to color them, to actually color them in a way that makes sense. Like if I'm drawing a face, to have the eyes be a certain color and the head be a certain color, you know, and maybe a hat different color. But it's very hard because you'd have to somehow tell the software exactly which notes should be whatever color, and I haven't really figured out a way to do it. But hey Mark, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. All right, let's keep going. That was the Doom logo. Here's another logo. This one was part of my tutorial. I created this one. If you want to see how I created this one, just check out the tutorial video on my channel. So that's the Apple logo, of course. And moving on, here is another logo for you guys. you go. And I chose a really dreamy harp sound for this one. I just thought it kind of worked out well with the composition. And this harp sound comes from, what's the name of the plugin again? It's a contact library, but I forget the name, but it's good. If I remember, I'll tell you guys. And here's one that's kind of controversial on YouTube, I know, but it was also like one of the first ones I made. So I'm gonna play it anyway. Of course, I made this one for TikTok originally and not for YouTube, and it went viral there, so I put it on YouTube as well. And I think it's probably like my most disliked video on YouTube. Apparently people on YouTube really dislike TikTok, but which I find interesting. But you know, I think I wanted to play it anyway. I kind of like the way it turned out. All right, let's do something else. Here, this one is not a logo. Whoops. Let's start that one more time. Make it a little smaller. All right. Nope. One more time. There we go. It's really tricky to play. Confusing. But yeah, it is a Penrose triangle or an impossible triangle. Same thing. Hey LP Chip, can you draw in color by using 2 channels of overdub? You know, I've tried that, and the software I use, Cubase, it couldn't really handle that well because as soon as I moved over to another channel, like the color of the first channel kind of disappeared. But maybe with other software it's possible. All right, yeah, that's a Penrose triangle. Let's keep going. This one is called Mood Swings. Yeah, that's it. There you go. All right, let's just move on. Here's one I did for Adult Swim. They commissioned me to do their logo a while ago, and I think it's kind of fun to play, so let's try. Yeah, so that was just a little jam at the end, but this is the logo. And I kind of wanted to keep it going, so I just copied the backing track a few times just so I could jam over it. All right. Here's another commission I did recently. This is for a BBC kids show called Hey Dougie, which I was not familiar with at the time, but it's like this dog character who lives on a farm and stuff. So they asked me to draw the character, and I'll do that in just a sec. Could you not overlap the colors in post? Yeah, you know, I guess it's possible. The reason I haven't tried something like that, I just know that that type of video as a short, you know, like as a reel, a TikTok, whatever, it would not perform that well because people's attention spans are, especially on those platforms, are so short that, you know, if I start doing this thing where I have to do a few passes to create the art, I know that people won't really engage with it as much. It might work as a longer video, as a long form video on YouTube. I could try that. But yeah, I know that there are lots of ideas I still want to try with MIDI art, but it's not the only thing I do. You know, I write music, I tour, I work on all kinds of projects. So we'll see. Hey, Stereotypo. Hey, thank you so much for the kind words. Really appreciate it. And I appreciate the support on all the videos, of course. It means a lot to me. All right, so here's another commission for a video game company that makes a mobile video game called My Singing Monsters. And they asked me to draw some of the monsters from their game. And they sent me samples of the voices of the monsters, because in that game, all the monsters sing and they have voices. Bum, bum, bum. So I created the art using their voices. So let's try that. So that's one of them. And here's the other guy. Hold on. Whoops. All right, let's keep going. Sorry. Yeah. And their names are, if I remember this correctly, Mammoth and Furcorn. I've never played the game. But yeah, this was also a commission. And like, speaking of commissions, I just did a commission for Applebee's. I know it's so random, right? But let me try and let's see. Let me go back to a piano sound right here and try to recreate that one for you guys, because I think it turned out quite interesting. They asked me to promote like these drinks and then to draw their logo. So this is what I came up with. Hold on. Okay. That's a drink. That's also a drink. And that's also like a beer or something. And now here's their logo. Something like that. So yeah, that's the most recent one I did. I didn't put that one on YouTube because they didn't ask me to, but it was a commission for Applebee's. I know this stream is not sponsoring or promoting anyone. It's not sponsored by anyone. I'm just kind of like recreating them for fun, basically, because I just enjoy playing some of them. I think it's like, it's fun, you know. All right, and here is one that is also kind of random. You can increase attention span by saying wait for it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It just feels. I don't know. I just don't want to do that. You know. I want people to watch it because they're genuinely engaged, not because I'm like promising some reward at the end that they may or may not appreciate. You know. This stream is not sponsored, but order now 50%. Yeah, order a duck right now. 50% off any duck you order. Okay, or a pooping dog. You can order a pooping dog and get a really big discount. And it'll even come with a poop. All right, let's keep going. Where am I? So we did. Okay, here's another random one that was a commission. I'm not even going to say for who, so you don't think it's sponsored or anything. But they wanted me to draw a smiling TV, which is really random. Just a smiling TV flying through space, you know, just like a everyday thing. Wait for it. There you go. Yeah, you're happy to hear I'm getting commissions. Thank you. You know, honestly, like with the MIDI art, I have been getting more commissions recently, which is pretty cool because I really enjoy making them. And I think it's more fun than like, I don't know, just creating jingles for commercials or stuff like that, because I still get to be creative and I can compose it any way I like. So it is fun, even if I'm promoting whatever random thing it is, you know. And yeah, I appreciate people's support, even if when they're seeing something that is technically like a commercial or whatever, you know, they still show support, which I really appreciate. All right, speaking of random things, here's an umbrella. Yeah. Okay. And now, so I got a request a while ago. What's going on here? Hold on. All right. Got a request a while ago to draw someone's nickname in Korean. So this is how it turned out. And I cannot read Korean, but this is their nickname. And speaking of other languages, here's one of my most recent ones, which is Koji Kondo, you know, the composer, Nintendo composer, wrote the music for Mario, Zelda. I wanted to draw his name in Japanese using Japanese kanji characters. And that's one of my most recent videos. So I'm going to try to perform that now. And I can't read Korean, but I can read some Japanese. I am studying Japanese. I still suck at it, but I am learning it. And I just find the language fascinating, and I love learning all the different kanji characters and stuff. So this one was really fun for me to create, but it's hard to play. So let's see if I can get it. So something like that. So it's missing one note over here. That's the thing. Like if you draw letters or characters in a language, they have to be precise, right? So you can't get away with making like with a missing note or whatever, like I could with when I draw a dog or whatever. You know, if I miss one note in its ear, you're not going to notice it. But if I'm drawing characters and you can read Japanese, then you'll notice that like there's one missing note like right there or whatever, right under that one. That's close enough. And yeah, you know, Koji Kondo is one of my biggest inspirations. Of course, I grew up on his music like many of you did, I'm sure. And I've always found his compositions like really to be really beautiful, even with the most basic 8-bit sounds. They always kind of touched me emotionally. I would turn on my Game Boy or whatever just to listen to them as a kid. So honestly, like his music means a lot to me. And I don't know if you ever saw this little tribute I did to him. Probably not. He doesn't have social media or anything like that, but I still wanted to do it, you know. Okay, let's keep going. Here's one that you were all asking for. Wait, wrong way. How do I do this? It's tricky. This hand? This hand. There we go. It's mirrored, you know, so it's tricky. And of course, that one uses a sample of my voice as well. Me, 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 me. All right. So, in addition to playing the MIDI art, I also want to play some of my songs for you guys. So some of my MIDI art actually ended up being full songs, and this is one of them. So let's first play the MIDI art. Hold on, I forgot the count in on this one. So you guys remember this one, right? That's the skull. And I ended up turning this one into a full song, so I'm going to play that for you guys. Hold on, let me change scenes right here. All right, let's go. Yeah, so I made that one a little longer just so I could add a little solo there in the middle. But that one started as a MIDI art of the skull, and I ended up making a full song out of it one afternoon on the road in my hotel room, and it became my most streamed song on Spotify, which I did not expect, honestly. And here's another one that started as a MIDI art piece. Hold on. Another one that started as a MIDI art piece. Well, not quite. Not in the same way where I took the tune of the MIDI art and made a full song, but the album cover, like the single cover, the art was a MIDI art drawing, and it's called Gargoyle. So let's first draw the art. Then I took this art and I animated it, which took me forever. And you can see that video on my channel if you want to. But I made him like dance and stuff by creating like frame by frame in MIDI art, one frame at a time, and then animating it, which is a lot of fun. And then here's the song itself. Hey! Ah, that's it. I didn't record that this time. I just played it. Scary funk. Yeah, exactly. That chorus is tricky, man. Why am I not having any sound? Hello, Cubase. It's always tricky to play. All right, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna play another tune from that album. This one is called New World Unlocked. Unwinder type transition. Yeah, I guess so. Thanks, Mark. Thanks for listening to my music. Appreciate it. Okay, this one's called New World Unlocked. Ah. All right, so that's the like the long version of the song. There's a shorter version, which I made an animation for, and oh yeah, thank you, Mark. Yeah, so this animation, which I can show you a bit of right here. So I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but it's on YouTube. That one, like, probably my biggest video project. I created all the pixel art and animation for it. It took me, I don't even know how many hours, like over 100 hours to create, but it was a lot of fun. And I still want to turn it into a real game. So I am talking to some game developers about that, but you know, nothing, I can't give any more information than that right now. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you for the kind words. All right, I want to play another song for you guys. This one is called Repress On. that's it. Thank you for listening, everyone. You like the panning in that? Yeah, so the inspiration for this whole album was, you know, the Game Boy games that I grew up on. Game Boy has a lot of hard panning, which you can't hear when you're just playing handheld without headphones, or with headphones you can hear like the extreme panning, because there was no, it was either center, left, 100% left, 100% right. So obviously this album is not trying to emulate a Game Boy completely. I have added more tracks than a Game Boy could do and stuff like that, but it's kind of tries to capture the vibe of the Game Boy sound and just those nostalgic feelings I have for that time and for those video games. Thank you, Octopus. I'm glad you enjoyed it. All right, I got one more song for you guys from this album, and then I think I will have to go, unfortunately. But thank you once again for watching. I'll mention one more time, I do have memberships available now. I will be offering exclusive content to members, and no pressure, of course, but just want to let you guys know if you want to join. There's a link, I know, right under the video and in the video description as well. So I got one more song for you guys, and thank you so much. This one's called No School Today. Let me switch scenes. Hold on just real quick. All right, here we go. There we go. Hey, Bob Riz, thank you so much for the donation. Really appreciate it. That is incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much. Octopus, I think the first piece of yours completely got me to drop my draw. The Chopin Etude. Oh, thank you so much. So I did two Chopin Etudes. One like a chiptune arrangement and one that was more of like a synth arrangement. They were both a lot of fun to do. I still have not... I would like to play them on stream at some point as well. I have to kind of go back to them and practice them again because they are kind of tough. But thank you so much. The synth one. Yeah, the synth one. Yeah, I did that one a while ago. Thank you. So thank you all so much for watching. Really appreciate it. This video will stay on YouTube, so if you want to watch it again, And much love to all of you. I do want to start streaming more regularly. This is like a new setup, and I was just testing it today. So I'm glad to see that it works. And I just wish all of you a great week and a great weekend. And thank you all so much. I'll see you next